Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chasing a Murder. And today we have some breaking news that I'm going to share with you guys. I think most of us have heard about this story. The CEO of a big health insurance company, targeted. Why? Insurance has gotten nearly impossible when it comes to covering medications, surgeries, or just basic health care. And I believe this citizen that they are looking for that shot the CEO was making a statement. Before we go into that, let's go ahead and go over this, guys. So, right now, police investigators have a suspect in custody. They believe he is part of the killing of the UnitedHealthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. You got to remember that UnitedHealthcare is known as one of the number one healthcare systems in the United States to screw their healthcare customers. Luigi Mangione was arrested on a gun charge after being picked up at McDonald's in a small town in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Familiar with that place because we lived in Sexton, Pennsylvania. Old coal mining town where they had factories that ran that whole area. 2000, our government shipped out factories, left this whole entire area starving. They sent all of our factories to other countries. So this area has seen so much devastation already. They have seen, and it's because of our own leaders. So I wanted you guys to know that. So it's interesting that this guy comes out of that area. Guys, I apologize. My puppies are chewing. And anyways, I just have nowhere to go right now. So he's in McDonald's, he's eating, and then the cops show up because an employee called them. And it's interesting to me that this guy is only 26 years old. So what makes such a young person take interest in healthcare? Now, what they found was he had multiple fake IDs and had a gun with a suppressor. I think most importantly, what they found was a document which was railing against the healthcare industry. So if they find out this guy is responsible for the death of the CEO, well, now they have a motive. And that snort right there, guys, is my poodle throwing a fit. She does often when I ignore her. Let's jump back a little bit. So investigators discover a backpack and they find it in the Central Park area. And that was on Friday. And they believe that that backpack belonged to whoever is responsible for taking the life of the CEO. They believed whoever was responsible had left the New York City area on an interstate bus. So interestingly, real quick, he graduated from a private school, the Gilman School, which is located in Baltimore. Also, a Goodreads profile appears to belong to Luigi, shows that earlier this year, he was reported having read the 1995 Anti-Technology Manifesto written by the Unabomber, and everybody most likely knows who he is. And this gives you a little bit of a glimpse of how he thinks. And, you know, a lot of people in America, they're having these same thoughts that they feel like no matter what they do, they feel stuck. The government's not listening to them. And so Luigi had a comment that the Unabomber basically had the balls to recognize that peaceful protest has gotten us absolutely nowhere, and that violence never solved anything is a statement uttered by cowards and predators. I've been reading a lot of comments on this case, and a lot of people have actually been rooting for whoever the accused suspect is. saying that they're a modern Robin Hood. And then there are other comments saying, murder is not acceptable no matter the reason. But unless you've been through some of this insurance problems or been sick and you needed health care, you might not recognize how many people are dying because their health care providers are not paying. They make getting a simple MRI nearly impossible. And I've seen my son go through it. It took him 2 months to finally get accepted to be able to do an MRI. Insurance problems have gone crazy. Well, it started about 2020. About 2023, it really started getting bad. I started researching some of this myself and found out that there was major life-saving medical attention being denied. And guys, you need to know that it's thousands and thousands of people. Where are the people rising up for the murders of all these people that carry insurance and insurance denying to take care of these people? So I think it's a good opportunity to use this news story to raise awareness that murder is not okay. It isn't. And that CEO should not have been shot. But also, what about all of those people, thousands and thousands of people that died because this healthcare company is the worst one in the United States? And this CEO is over that company. I really could not believe that had happened, that someone, like him, 26 years old, from, a decently small area, may be a suspect in the killing of the CEO, Brian Thompson. Brian Thompson had a wife and children, and this makes it to where so many people are affected. A tragedy that could have been prevented if this health insurance company would start treating people better. He is not the only one that I've seen interested in these healthcare companies and pharmaceutical companies and their wrongdoings. Nearly 50% or over of this nation has some serious concerns about our healthcare as well as our pharmaceutical. Now, according to what we're learning right now, they found out that this Luigi guy that they suspect may be a person of interest in the CEO's murder, that he was on a Greyhound bus traveling through Altoona Monday morning. He got off the bus and walked into the McDonald's where the witnesses recognized him. Police said he matches the description of the person we are looking for. And the gun that they said that he had, they mentioned as a ghost gun, was capable of firing a 9mm round, and it had a suppressor. This is the same weapon that is consistent with the weapon used in the CEO's murder. Get this. They believe there's a chance that gun may have been 3D printed. So I can't wait to get my hands on the documents that they're talking about. So it's 3 pages of documents that they say speaks to his motivation and mindset. And they mention it does seem that Luigi had some kind of ill will towards corporate America. So I guess it depends on what media service you turn to for your information as to what you will get. But just mind my, I'm just going to say it. You can't trust media. You can't trust justice in many times or many cases. Since I've been covering stories, I have watched them take narratives and make agendas and plain swoo the public the direction they wanted them to go. So they say authorities are going through his writings more thoroughly to understand his motive. And there's also other reasons they do it, and that is to create a narrative We're learning also that the police had recovered clothes, including the mask, which is consistent with what he wore that day that the CEO was shot. They believe that Luigi acted alone. Investigators said that our hope is today the apprehension brings some relief to Brian's family, friends, colleagues, and the many others affected by his unspeakable tragedy. We thank law enforcement and will continue to work with them on this investigation. So we're learning that Luigi attended the University of Pennsylvania, and that's where he majored in computer science and received a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in engineering, according to the university. So this guy's smart. Why would a guy like this suddenly have the urge to become this masked gunman, shoot a man at point blank range, and seem to be able to live with himself? Well, like I said, there are a lot of people that are being affected by the healthcare system. They're losing loved ones. They're losing loved ones when it doesn't have to be that way. Insurance has gotten bad, America, and something must be done. While we bring justice for Brian Thompson and his family, we must also consider we need to bring justice to all these people who carry health care and can't get the medical care they deserve and need. I wanted to do a real quick coverage of this. Maybe we can cover more later, but I've already been looking into this insurance scam, is what I call it. And when this happened, my heart, it just broke, because you kind of knew why this guy was so angry and did it in the wrong way. Why is it that people feel that they have no other options? And that's a question that should be answered. So share your thoughts below. How do you feel about this case? Do you think they caught the right guy? I'm pretty sure if they did, do you agree that he'll be made an example of? Now, I'm hoping some of you people out there that cover stories, if you're watching, cover this insurance story. How many? I mean, there's thousands of families suffering. Don't forget, guys, we have girls that are out there missing. Their stories remain to be cold. No answers for families that have been waiting for 5 years or more. Girls like Summer Wells, Dulce, and Jasmine Robinson. Thank you so much, guys. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Frown on that. They do have families, and to them, these CEOs help them, gouge and kill people. And that's literally the currency of these CEOs. They get their salaries, bonuses, and incentive structures by how much profit they make, meaning how many people they deny care, i.e. kill. But